to the omen?
I don't think so. Let's see how good you are at this.
I'm a little experience.
I'm a little scared.
Be gentle.
I mean, you got to lift it, like.
I know, but I also don't want to spray that way.
Oh, good idea.
Oh.
Want me to help you?
No, I'm just trying to be gentle and not too rough here because I don't want to go fucking nuts. We got a lot of electronics.
Hold it in like you did with all 4 of our children.
So not at all?
No. Hold it in. What's this?
Jesus.
Okay. Can I help?
Go ahead. I just do. If it sprays, don't spray that way.
Okay, first of all. Wait.
See?
This is bad.
No, not that way. That
I'm going
way.
to do it towards you.
Oh.
Ready? 1, 2. Open.
Nope.
Did it. It was the sweaty hands.
It's not all easy like they do on camera.
So, a little champagne. Okay.
Be here a while.
Good. We'll just.
It's like you pour it like a beer, right?
I don't know. You tilt it, yeah, so that there's no foam.
I'm saying you just.
We'll just give Aaron the
I'm
water.
saying like you fill it
the
all
hard
the way
water
to the top.
The hard water glass. Okay, so that was a great opening.
Ish.
But we've done it. We've made it. We've made it.
You've made it where?
We've made it to 100 episodes. Cheers. Cheers.
To 100.
To 100.
100.
To keeping it 100.
Have a great 100.
We're going to have a great
Guarantee
100.
Can you hold it right?
It's not even, we don't even have champagne
We don't have
flutes.
flutes, sorry.
Mac was like, I thought we had champagne flutes, but he goes, we had some when we got married. We probably do have some.
They definitely were purchased on our registry.
In a box somewhere. But in honor, we've done it. We got the champagne open, so we're good. It's not an omen. It tastes really good. That's really good.
It is good.
I got wine because I wasn't sure, but Mom Napa, we went there on our honeymoon. We did.
I know.
It was wonderful. But here we are, 100 episodes in, and thank you all for watching. And I thought it would just be fun to like play. I probably should have played this while you were opening, while we were struggling.
It's okay.
Just like
we anticipated there being less struggle.
Well, hello guys.
Start every episode.
I'm Danielle.
And I'm Makin.
And this is Making It with the Mackins.
I mean, that was just our opening.
We haven't improved much since
I like
then.
the,
if I think of
I like the we're making it with the Mackins.
I remember that was very impromptu. It's not like we planned saying that in sync.
No, but it was cute. This is delicious. Cheers.
Yeah, I can fuck with this.
To
I
100
should drink
episodes.
champagne more often.
You know, sometimes it makes me tired, but this just hits differently.
Nothing wrong with a little bit of bubbles.
You know, you said 100 episodes, and I was like, that. I don't think the gravity of that has really sunken in.
Yes and no. Like, there's a fine line here, right? Like, yes, 100 episodes is a pretty cool feat that we've done, right? More so than that, we're grateful that people have stuck around for that long. But also, we're not taking it, like, so seriously. Like, there's no red carpet.
No, but it's a big deal for us.
Yeah, it is, but it isn't.
I mean, we almost didn't make it to this one.
We almost fucking canceled everything after this just today.
You know, because truthfully, like, it's you know, we're making moves, and Mackins has a vision for us, and I look at it as work, and I'm like, this isn't work. This should be something that we enjoy doing, and you know, it's just but it's all good stuff. It's all stuff to like help us grow, help us be, you know, entertaining, and you know, after a while, our stories probably get a little redundant.
Yeah, I mean, specifically to what you're talking about with like today's argument or like what we want to do with this in general, like my general argument is like if we just did the same thing that we did 3 years ago just for the fun of it, like that's just literally just a hobby because we like it, it's fun for us, it's good for us, and if people like it, that's great. Yeah. And I think it's fair to say that we're a notch above that. It's an elevated hobby. It's definitely not an occupation. It's not bringing in like a ton of income, but like we're at like that tipping point where we want to make it like a cool thing. So yeah, there's like an internal struggle of like when does it become work? When is it, when does making it work make it not fun anymore?
Yeah, because obviously everything I do, it comes out of how I feel about things. And I know that's kind of selfish. And also, feelings are feelings and they pass. But, that's how I live. Oh my God, it's making me burp.
I was gonna pre-excuse myself for potential.
Jeez,
this fucking fly.
I know.
Is this another omen?
I know.
Fucking Mike Pence.
No, we're fine. It's just the season for flies for some reason. But anyways,
I'm on fly TikTok right now, by the way.
What is that?
How to get rid of flies.
Well, the pine sol is not working. Maybe we need to go to the Irish.
There's this purple catcher thing where you set it outside, but then it's disgusting because it just catches a bunch of fucking dead flies, and who wants to deal with that?
No.
Back to the
fly and my issues. But anyways, I just told him, like, we started this because it felt good. It felt right. It felt like, and I even listened to part of our first episode, and it's like, we're doing this because we're stuck in a pandemic and we are bored. We are spending so much time not looking at each other and looking at TV. And
it was an outlet for us to vent and not just talk about our kids to each other, but to have someone sort of listening on the other end who is experiencing similar but maybe different things.
Yeah, and I feel like that was the goal of this, to like share our lives, to hopefully make you like maybe think, wow, they're really insane, or like, wow, like I feel like we're all in this together kind of thing. Like, and I think there is comfort in the fact that we are so honest, and I feel like being honest makes it just, I don't know. I feel maybe we aren't the greatest parents or the greatest people
we definitely
in the
aren't.
world. No, I know.
But we got a message just before this from someone who knew we were doing this, and she said a bunch of amazing things, but one core thing that I really held on to was, kind of what you just said, like, we're all in this together. Like, by us coming on here and talking about no matter what it is that we're going through, or the fight that we had, or the gripes about kids, or whether it was distance learning back in the day, or job shit. It's just everyone has stuff.
Yeah.
And she was complimenting us. I'm not saying it to like pat ourselves on the back, but saying that stuff out loud in an open space is, I think, what the draw is to us.
Yeah. And it's good for us, except for when Makin tries to give me new ideas, and I'm like, well, that sounds frightening. That's giving me anxiety.
That's definitely not a good idea. If you want to have a good idea, don't tell her your ideas.
That's what I told her. I'm like, listen, this whole thing with calendars, I'm feeling very controlled. This is not working. This is you're like my dad, and I am like appeasing you every day. But we talked at length, and we'll probably talk more at length about it with Jackie. And then apparently I don't listen to anything she says or do anything she says.
And apparently she's taking tomorrow off for the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So we got to wait another week.
I know. Today he was like, I have a list of things that you said you were going to do that you haven't done. I'm like, motherfucker, I got the same list.
Not that I haven't done, that I have done.
No.
Yours is a mean list of things that I've said. My list is a list of things that you said you were going to do that you didn't do.
Yeah.
So fucking petty. Cheers to being petty.
And being honest about it. And there's your fly again. Maybe you stink.
I just showered 20 minutes or half hour ago.
I forgot that makes you burp.
Okay. That's another relatable thing. Don't pretend like you can drink a whole bottle of champagne and not have a burper here.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of gross, though. I don't usually do that. But we have come a long way.
We're human.
I do miss, I have to say, a couple of things that I do miss about our old episodes is the little jingle my dad wrote for us.
That was cute.
I do.
Yeah,
miss
we should find a way to bring that back.
Maybe we could use it in an opening for
That's a possibility.
See, look, I come up with ideas.
You have to run it by your executive producer, but yeah.
And honestly, like, Makin really does. I will fully admit this, not to his face, but to you guys, I will. That he does do majority of the work.
I'll watch it, and then it'll be like yours telling it to my face.
Yeah. Look at. No, but he does do a lot. He puts a lot of pressure on himself to make sure that we are doing everything we can to just be be the best we can possibly be. And I love him for that, because I'm great with just sitting on the floor with no camera and a microphone in front of me. He's like, no, buddy, you know what? This is going to make us better. Yeah. This is going to grow us. This is going to, challenge us. And I'm like, yeah, but you know how I feel about working out and challenges and change. These are all things. But I know God wants me to grow. I feel it. I know. And grow in many ways. I'm just it's kind of falling on deaf ears because I'm stubborn, but I'm going to do it. Begrudgingly, but I'm going to do it.
Reluctantly, as I drink this whole bottle of champagne. I'm going to fucking do it.
Maybe by the end of the champagne, I'll be, let's do everything you said.
Yeah, no, don't drink too much because then you're not going to remember what you agreed to. No, but yes, there are certain instances. Did you get it, I hope?
I think so. It was right there. Sorry.
On our new merch.
I know, I was going to say that. Go ahead.
We'll get to that later. No, but yes, you definitely compromise, and I compromise, and it's not just a 100% one-way street for either of us. But
yeah, but the compromise.
Needless to say, it's not fucking easy.
Being honest, though, our compromises are kind of like.
I mean, hold on. Let's think about this.
I'm giving in to her.
This is again not to pat ourselves on the back, but and not for the people to hear, but just put yourself in their shoes, right?
Whose shoes?
Say like
the people listening.
Say like Katie and TJ or Brandon and Montana had a podcast where they talked about everything in their lives, right?
Yeah.
And people loved it, and they engage with it, and it's become a part of their lives. But it's also a weight on them in many ways. And they're talking about, well, it's not a hobby anymore; it's growing. And then it's not just an easy fucking thing.
It was.
That's the problem. It could be easy if it's just a hobby.
I know.
And hand to God right now, if you just want to go back to being a hobby and sitting on the couch and turning the mics on, I'll do that fucking tomorrow. Because that is enough for me, because it's fun enough and it's good enough for me to just do it. But because there's been growth and what I felt like, or what we feel like, it's been sort of like a natural growth. People listened and people bought merch and people subscribed to us since the last 6 months.
I know, we don't want to let them down.
I feel like that we almost owe it to the people who listen a little bit to not just be complacent and do the same shit for another.
And you did say that. You're like, we owe it to people who are with us on this, and we owe it to them to be a little better and do a little more. And I'm like, yeah.
And you're like, yeah, why?
They love us just the way we are.
They agreed to pay us not for what we're going to do, but for what we're doing.
I know, for what we're doing.
Why do we have
currently.
To do even more?
Yeah, it really is just but it's just.
If I was in your brain, buddy,
you wouldn't be so stressed.
No, I was gonna say I'd be so fucking stressed.
No, if you had my brain, you would just be like. You would just be like, okay, who's upset? Let's go put out that fire. Remember you always used to say that, I'm putting out fires at work?
Yeah.
I put out fires with little ones all day long.
Yeah, you do.
And you have too, lately.
A lot of fires everywhere.
A lot of fires everywhere. Cheers.
Fucking everything's on fire.
Great show, by the way. But we did, so some of the new things we've been doing is having guests on our relatable episodes, because why not, right? And we still share stuff. There's still stuff that we haven't shared that we need to talk about on there. Just like real life shit that we've actually never shared with anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I think I said this recently. I think there's literally 3, maybe 5 things in our entire existence that we've never talked about.
Yeah, and we don't have to talk about all of them.
And 2 or 3 we will never share.
We can talk about
2 or 3 we can share.
We can talk about your things.
Not my shit.
I always air out my dirty laundry on this.
Yeah, whatever.
And then I get,
you think you do, but
then I get feedback well, we know who the toxic bitch is.
Yeah, no.
I don't think she said it like that.
That's just what TikTok says. You can't trust TikTok.
Yeah, and you know what? No one comments anymore, so thank you for that. Love you.
You actually like that.
love it. I'm like, don't comment. Just watch. You're fine.
I started hiding the comments.
Did you really?
A few of them I'm not fucking with. Yeah,
what
they're
did
just
they say?
Just unnecessary, but...
Wait, what did they say?
Just people are not nice.
Just one thing.
People went in on you being a toxic bitch about something...
Oh, yeah.
Where you weren't even, toxic. And I was
well, that's the thing with those videos. We've talked about this before, that, you're only getting a piece of, who I am. And honestly, on here, I am a little bit more like forward, a little bit more, I'm a little bit more.
Yeah, for the people.
Yeah, just so like, you're not going to.
You got to be funny and
you're not going to laugh if I'm like, Mackin's penis was so great. Like, no. I have to say, like.
What do you have to say?
Like, like when I make like derogatory remarks towards you.
Yeah. You make everything a little bit bolder on
your private areas pleased me yesterday evening. Actually, it's been like a month now. But back to the relate and relatable. We had Aaron on we call him our producer,
our creative director.
He's just like salt of the earth.
Yes,
salt of the earth. And if you haven't listened, you really should because it's really funny.
So fucking funny.
So funny.
If you don't know him, he is fucking hilarious. Even he came over tonight. He's like, Montana said it was really funny. I'm like, I still won't listen, but I believe her.
He was so funny.
It's so funny.
So funny, and he's his perspective of being an uncle to his nieces is so good to listen to.
And thank you to all the people who subscribe, probably from like his friends and family who wanted to just hear him.
Really?
Oh yeah, a bunch. Like thank you to you guys, that we appreciate it, and hopefully you just cancel right after this. But
no, hopefully you don't. Hopefully you like us.
Yeah, maybe you'll like us.
But he was a joy.
It was worth the $5 for you guys to just listen to because he's so good.
Did CJ describe him as a jovial person?
CJ has never used the word jovial.
He certainly used the word jovial.
He has not.
Yes, he did. He said
CJ can't spell jovial.
Who was here? Jess was here, and she's like, he is a very jovial person.
Oh, well, CJ was a little deep that night, but it's all right.
But jovial was... Maybe he wasn't talking about Aaron.
I
Regardless.
don't know. It's okay, whatever.
Regardless, it's a fun episode. You get to know Aaron, and we share a lot of similarities in our childhood. It's really fun. You should really, you guys, I'm really pitching this. This episode's great.
It really is.
And Aaron's so cute.
Yeah, we love Aaron.
Let's find him a wife.
Oh yeah, he's not listening.
He can't hear
single
us.
Ladies, come on.
Yeah.
He's over there with his headphones on.
Yeah, he can't hear shit we're saying right now. We're just gonna get him married through our podcast. Let's do it. Let's get Aaron.
That'd be a goal.
Let's get Aaron hooked up through the podcast. So if you're a young, single,
or young at heart,
we
even talked about that.
Maybe he likes a sugar mama. If you have lots of money.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, I'm just kidding. That was so rude of me. But if you think,
not off the table.
I mean, we'll take applications, and then we'll just.
If you got a friend of a friend,
we'll set up a little date-a-rooney. Little date around. His birthday's coming up, so
we'll record it in the background.
Yeah, and post it on our podcast. But this week was really hard, though, and I mean, I'm sure it always plays into our fights because we've talked about this before. When the kids are sick, we always end up fighting more because there's more stress in our house. But
yeah, I mean, you basically described like our every once a month occurrence, but somehow Leo had some fucking weird stomach bug or random sickness or food thing.
Something.
Like he was completely fine, and then he puked for 6 hours, and then it was completely normal after that.
He didn't puke for 6 hours.
Sorry, he was sick for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Puked it all up, and then was completely normal again.
But like he didn't just like. And if you don't, Melissa Tuvel, if you listen, please plug your ears because puke is a very sensitive word for you. But he was complaining about his stomach all morning. We get to the living room. He's laying in the living room couch, and he's like, I'm going to puke. And then he puked all over the carpet, all over the couch. And then we're running to the bathroom, and he puked all over the tile floor, in which I slipped in, and then puked down the hallway. And then he slipped in, and I'm picking him up, and then he puked in the hallway where the bathroom is. And then
Dom starts crying, and I wanted to kill Dom.
Why? He was.
Who cares?
Why. Who cares if he was crying?
He was worried, but like
that is
Dom.
so mean.
Oh no! This is me.
He was crying because he was nervous.
I get it, and probably I need to pump the brakes a little bit. But like, seriously, Dom, we don't need you crying right now.
First of all, that is so insensitive.
Yes, it is.
Because when he saw how upset Leo was, he started crying. He got nervous.
I know, but it's also very annoying because then I need to stop comforting Leo to go comfort Dom.
But see what I'm dealing with?
I'll take that L right here. I'm on one lately.
I didn't say it.
I'm on one.
I didn't say it.
Doesn't mean I'm not trying, and I can be just as patient half the day, and sometimes the patience is very thin lately. Another pour there? You were criticizing my heavy pour. You're killing me.
Yours
right?
is nice and heavy. Just the way you hold the wine glass should be.
You know why, though? As I was intending to give you the first pour, and I think you left it here.
That's okay. I wish we could zoom in on that grasp.
That's how I should be holding it.
Okay.
So yeah, Leah was sick. It was stressful.
And then we had to wash our entire couch, our entire living room. It's just gross. And then we don't know what to do. And then we were already like ready to kill each other.
Which just set us back 6 hours because then you have to deal with that. And then that like killed the whole day. And there was things that you were dealing with that you couldn't share with me. And then it bubbled over until today. It was just a fucking mess.
Yeah, because honestly, like, I'm going to say this, like, sometimes I'm afraid to talk to you about things that I'm feeling because it's like...
Why are you fucking afraid?
Yeah, I know, exactly. Because, like, I don't want the
backlash.
I don't want the backlash. So it's like sometimes I hold it in and I'm like, you know what, is it really worth it? Why am I feeling this way? I go through my whole process of, like, understanding myself and where these feelings are coming from, what chair I'm sitting in, adolescent, you know, child, whatever. But truthfully, I had held it in for a few days, and then Leo got sick, and I was like, okay, well, now we're not going to talk because, you know, we're dealing with our child, and I'm not going to bring up, like, how insensitive would that be if I was like, hey, by the way, the last few days you've been really pissing me off.
I know Leo's puking right now, but I feel disconnected.
I did. I used that word. And what I meant is, like, he was leaving today, and he was going took the kids separately, and he was going to the store, and I was going to another store, and he wanted to kiss me goodbye, and that was one time I was like, I really don't want to do that.
Why did you walk past me? I tried to kiss you goodbye.
I'm like, I'm busy doing something.
I'm busy being a bitch and ignoring you.
Yes. Because I'm still processing how I felt.
And here I am, just fucking walking around life like Yogi the Bear. Just don't okay.
No, you're not.
Whatever you say.
I mean, you didn't say whatever you say.
No, but I didn't know anything was wrong is what I mean.
Yeah. Well, you know, it was just not good timing to bring up my feelings. And then when I did bring up my feelings, I was met with a lot of loving, caring.
Oh, no. No.
I was just put in my place about why. Not put in my place. That's a very 1995 saying.
No, it's not.
I was very much saw the light through all the bullshit. You didn't see light.
I didn't win and you didn't lose.
But come on.
There was a clear miscommunication and not even miscommunication. There was a lot of perspective was very different that you didn't realize.
We talked about this. Where did we talk about this? We talked about this, at my Uncle Tony's last night. Dana was talking about Black Mirror, which I will not watch because I think it's going to frighten me. But I guess in the first episode, they go through their whole lives, and at the end of the day, their entire lives is recorded, and they watch it on TV or something like that, which this is what she told me. But I was like, how great would it be if I could just like be like, here, motherfucker, this is what I dealt with all day. Here's my computer chip. Like, that's really creepy, but like,
you can't use my line against me. That was my line in the fight.
No, but like, I'm not using it against you. Hear me out.
Oh.
I'm saying if there was a way to record me, like a body cam for a cop.
I literally used that in our last argument.
You said,
I said I wish I had a police body cam.
You had one. you wish you had one. Wait.
Yes, to watch you. The camera pointed at you.
I would love to repeat what he said, but I won't because I know he didn't mean everything he said.
Oh no. Some I did and some I walked back.
That fell out of my hand. But can I have more?
Yeah, I got
It's right there. That is Mom Napa.
I got you.
Mom Napa. Just
keep talking to people.
I was showing the bottle.
Talk shit about me while I pour your champagne.
I'm not. That's not true. I was just showing the bottle. It's really good. It's good. We'll
take a sponsorship left and right now.
Yeah. You could put more champagne in there.
That's another thing I haven't told you about yet.
I'll help you. So wait.
All the sponsor
I don't want to hear this. So if I could just be like, before we got into a discussion, we each had to like, but that would take a really long time.
What?
Like having to watch somebody's perspective all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like look through your lens for a day to see.
If I'm being honest, I don't think that would change my perspective very much. And it's probably because my perspective is clouded in that I think I'm very practical and observant and understanding of a lot of people's perspectives. So while yes, I will miss some, I think I pick up on a lot more than you think.
I mean, yeah, you are. But when we get into arguments,
now if my body cam was facing you, I think you'd be like, holy shit, I'm watching fucking Avatar right now, a movie I've never seen before.
that is not true.
No.
No, that's not true. I would remember more.
That would be true. That would be a plus of it, yes.
But honestly, like, we both do things that we think that are helping the other person, and we both do all of this work.
Yep.
And that's one thing I will say about therapy. That is one downside. We speak volumes about therapy, but also therapy makes things very cloudy and very more work. And I understand that, like, it needs to be done, but also, like, it's also been
doesn't make things easy though either.
We're like,
because then it's always, especially because when we're fucking going every week, like it's always like at the the tip of our tongue of, well, remember the other day when you said this, and we're thinking about that, and I need to make sure I'm thinking about being graceful and understanding of their situation and what's their perspective, and are they sitting in the child's chair? Like a lot of fucking shit to think about, and it doesn't always make things better. Not always, and I'll be sort of blunt in that, and that's maybe just my opinion, not saying it's true, but sometimes like that makes shit even harder, and maybe that's just the season we're in.
And she even said we're gonna fight more.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're like Simon or Peter on the boat, and we're just like in the storm, and we need to fixate our eyes on our faith and on purpose and like the love that we have between each other, because it does get very clouded with, like, so she had to explain to me what contempt was. I'm like, I heard that in a movie, Liar, Liar. Like, I hold you in contempt. I hold you in contempt, contempt of court. And I'm like, contempt. And I'm like, come again?
You even said, like, I'm sorry, I have no idea
what that means. I have no idea what that means. So, and she was saying, like, all the things when he would talk, I'd, like, roll my eyes, or I'd, I'm sure it's a lot of the things I do in our podcast where I'm like, there's, like, this, like, contempt for things, which leads to, which I never really acknowledge. It leads to, like, all that contempt can lead to, separation, divorce, things like that, which I never acknowledged until she was like, you're rolling your eyes, he's talking, and you're like, that's contempt.
In the session.
In the session. I don't care. Call me out. That's fine. If she says it, it's fine. If you say it, I'm like, yeah, okay, fuck. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. I was actually very calm today, but
you were I even said, now I use it as like a dick move against you, like, and you think now just because you've been nice for fucking 2 weeks that you can sit there and like pretend like you're the good one because you're not screaming for the first time.
Yeah, because I've really been working on like remembering that I am trying to be an adult, having a conversation. This is something that we are working towards together. Whatever. Oh my gosh, we're so boring.
God, we are so depressing.
But it's what happened today, and we're honest about it. So contempt, you guys, if you do that, if you're rolling your eyes while your spouse is talking to you or reliving an event, and
maybe don't.
Maybe go, why am I doing that? Or like
this
maybe
fly's gotta fucking die.
We have all been there, and when you have kids, I think it just amplifies everything. It's okay. It really is bad.
No, that's not good. I've never seen a fly on a podcast before. You don't watch podcasts or listen.
I thought I killed it. Maybe it's another one. But
there's multiple.
With all of that said, part of the argument or the discussion that we had today was about our podcast and moving forward and how we're going to be better and how, all of Mackin's great ideas and very few of mine. But we have new merch.
Not because you don't have good ideas. It's more so from the perspective of you don't think in advance. You don't, like, it's not on your radar to think about new merch or ways to promote or other fun things we can do or guests or not guests or whatever. That's just, you just want to like show up and do your thing.
Because that's what's fun. Like showing up and talking and being in, like, finding the humor in our lives.
Right. And I'm trying to yang your yin over here.
You're trying to yank my yin.
I'm trying to get my yin yanked.
That's
That's not happening either.
Maybe since we've,
What's that?
it's the cork.
Oh, I got it. Not after that fucking short rib bolognese you made tonight.
That's right.
Holy
Makin
shit.
was right. I'm really stepping up.
That's another thing I wrote in my notes the other day because I don't know how, like, we've kind of mentioned it, but like you have been fucking slaying it on.
I was thinking it's The Bear, really, the show The Bear.
Have we talked about The Bear before?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. I would arguably say The Bear is a top 5 show of all time.
The second season's a little slow in the beginning, but
The second season of The Bear on Hulu/FX, I forget which episode it was. It was maybe episode 6 or 7 in the second season.
it went on your face.
You didn't get it.
Episode 6 or 7, go ahead.
One of the best TV shows I've ever seen.
Which episode? The cousin one?
Yes.
The cousin episode.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was good.
Just the best show.
The way they make his character and
Yeah.
The cousin.
You've been the bear lately. Holy shit.
although I
Bolognese.
had
short
no
rib.
idea how much work goes into fine dining. I am
yeah.
fucking. I am.
If you watch it, you will be flabbergasted with how much goes into it.
But looking at my life, I'm like, okay, maybe I do need to step it up a little bit because
No.
No, because like people are literally like, I've never seen that before. I've never known restaurant business.
No.
I've never known that. I've always been on the receiving end. My Uncle Mort used to take us to restaurants like that all the time. 4 Michelin star restaurants. Like it was like a Tuesday, and he's like, let's just go, and I'll drop $10,000 on dinner. Mm-hmm. Like it's nothing. Mm-hmm. But the work that went into these people that were serving him, and the behind the scenes of everything, and the characters and the
meetings before, and the research they did with the customers, and the attention to detail and the precision.
But also just the directing of it, because you feel
good.
you feel like you're involved with this family.
Oh yeah.
And it really does like cause a little bit of anxiety when you're watching, because you're like,
yeah. It's also like the cinematography of it, because there's like loud music, and then there's it's like background music, and then they're yelling, and then there's chopping, and then it's just like a lot of chaos.
It's very chaotic, but it's very, very good. Like something we will agree on.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, like Aaron. We were talking. We did ask everybody a few questions. One question. We were like, "What is your favorite moments from our last 100 episodes?" Because there's been a lot, and I feel like a lot of people really hung on Maria's first episode too.
There was a lot of Maria answers. I would say the majority of the answers were like sex driven.
Yeah.
Whether it was like you saying outlandish things that make me uncomfortable.
Yep.
Which I'm getting hot just thinking about that those things were said.
Yep.
And then also like one of the answers, and then I actually like this one, and I'll read them just because it was my favorite.
Do you need
too.
this?
Yeah. The time I don't know how many months ago where I read off all the things that we've said after good sex.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that.
What did I say to you the other day, though? Oh, I said...
I didn't write it down.
Said,
it was a good one.
And that is...
Hold on.
And that is how babies are made.
Yeah, that might have been it. All right, so I'm going to read them back one more time.
These are all from people who listen, and out of the episodes that you've all listened to, these are some of their favorite moments that we're just going to share.
Oh, no, I'm going to read the things that I said after sex.
Yeah, but this was one of the episodes.
Yes, this is one of the questions, or the answers.
You're going to re-repeat them. Here we go.
I feel like I own a casino. I feel like I feel like I'm the prom king. I feel like I just won the championship. I feel like I owe you money. Somebody should tell your boss to promote you. I'm not much of a gamer, but I feel like I just unlocked a new level. 10 out of 10 recommend. I feel like I just beat the game. I have a new high score. And then these are probably more so of yours. Make sure you tip your waitresses. You can't buy that. Mm-hmm. And then you go, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah. And my most recent one was that, and that is how babies are made. Mm-hmm. I mean, they are pretty funny.
That was
we haven't had sex lately, so we can't give you any other ones.
No.
Nope. Some people were saying how I think one person was like how I make you uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, especially with the sex talk, but also how like when you think that I'm drunk because of something that I said, that you're just like, that's not right.
Well, that was one episode where I thought you were drunk, and I was like, when you said
I I said the word voluntold.
Yeah, voluntold. I'm like,
You go,
do you need a piece of bread? Voluntold. What is that? Do you need some, like, involuntold is a word, right?
Yep.
Is there anything else?
Also, you said the Maria stories, but people just said, like, just you guys in general, or just that you rank your kids in general.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of just more general statements.
It's shocking how many people like when you rank our kids, because I feel like you'd be bored with that. Like, okay, here we go again. But some people hang on to it.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where you just kind of expect it.
Yeah, but I mean, you really glazed over the Maria episode. But if anybody's a new listener,
We've had Maria like 3 times.
the first one,
Oh.
the very first one, before she had Joey, when she was like literally like 12 months pregnant, and she did it with
12
us.
months pregnant.
Because she felt with Joey, she was so uncomfortable. She couldn't even work. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
So she sat. Do you think we can actually hear her breathing on that one? She's like,
You can hear Maria breathing right now.
No. Well, she is loud. She had probably.
Wait, have we ever said that she was deaf? And she
No.
Oh, we gotta tell the story.
She went to. I don't know if she went to the doctors, but she got her here. She went to the. She had to have been at a doctor, and they were like, "Listen, I think that you need to go."
Wasn't just the guy in the corner.
Yeah, he's like, I feel like you need to go for an auditory test, like auditory.
Sure.
To
Close
see
enough.
to see if you're. She goes, I think you're partially deaf, and
She goes, "What?"
yeah. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And the bitch never went. Her poor kids. Every time she talks to Rosary, she's been gentle, but Rosary, poor Joey, just always like when he was a baby would like
Twitching.
like, hi, Joey. He'd
What?
like flinch because
Mom, I'm
she's
right
just
here.
so loud. She definitely is. And we're deciding if she is on the spectrum.
She's on. I don't know if she's on that spectrum. She's on a spectrum.
She's
for sure.
no, it's some kind of spectrum. Maria's definitely a unique individual. And people who have met her, they're just like, it's either like, is your sister Maria? And I'm like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Or it's either like, I love Maria.
Yeah, that's
There's
usually
no
the
gray.
Yeah, it's either I loved her or like, oh,
Yeah.
well,
Sorry.
she took a dump in front of my locker and lit it on fire in high school.
My friend Paige watched out for me. Maria has so many good stories. We really should have her back on. We need to. Is that it? Is that really all we got?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I don't want to go deep into all.
I mean,
of them,
what would you
there was
say?
A lot of good ones.
I would have to say one of my favorite episodes with you was after we started doing this. Like we started doing the film, and then we had discussed. Let me be careful about the fucking words I used here.
Be careful.
We discussed doing a relate and relatable, and just that moment of like sitting in our old spot and just like there's no pressure, no makeup, no like worrying about anything, just like sitting.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even a friend of mine was like, I could feel how relaxed you were. And I'm like, yeah, but this shit took time and it still takes time. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah, even like when you came down here tonight, I'm like, okay, let's go. And you're like, I need a minute.
Yeah, I was about to wash all of my makeup off and start over
Yeah.
like 3 seconds ago. Because I'm like, fuck this shit. I fucking... Like,
Yeah, it's tough. It's
it is.
not easy.
And I tell him that. And I'm like, you just come down. Like, I have to, like, you know, and some, like, I know people don't give a fuck, but I do. I care.
Yeah, but even beyond like you like getting visually ready, like all right, we had friends over, like or not friends, but like your brother and Dominique and Paula were here.
Yeah.
45 minutes before we started shooting, and I'm like, I love you all, but I'm like, I'm trying to set shit up. Aaron's coming.
Yeah.
Trying to put the kids to bed.
Yeah.
Like if we were just doing a real relatable style or just one of those episodes, it's like okay, we let them stay late or figure it out, and then we just plug the mics in and turn it on.
Yeah.
But because we do all this shit, it's
Yeah.
like you can't just turn it on.
And it is a blessing. I don't know how many people actually watch this, but it
No.
does make. We do the
majority
video. Yeah.
don't watch the full length episodes,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we need the video for reels and
Yeah.
all the things that we've talked about.
But I am grateful that I have challenged myself to do this, as well as I just performed with my dad again.
Boom, baby! Shout out to the IAC.
Performed again, and this was the first time that I like actually rehearsed with my dad in the band like before the show, so I felt like really legit. But it was fun, and I had a really good time.
Oh, you sang your tits off.
I mean, I tried. I
You
tried.
did great.
I didn't. I won't listen to any videos, but I had fun, and it gives me something to do like this. It's like, another favor. You're not getting any favors though, are you? No, it's been too rough. Maybe after this champagne though, I'm feeling wonderful now.
Champagne makes you feel nice and warm though. I like it.
I kind of just want to like snuggle right now.
I'm only. I mean, it was a hefty pour, but
I just want to take a little nap.
nice.
I just want to like snuggle. Just like Thanksgiving
more
dinner.
ABV than my IPAs usually. How much alcohol is in mine? I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll find out later.
How much alcohol is in this champagne? 12.5.
Yeah.
So circling back as the people in the working class industry, working world, like to say we're going to circle back to the Relate and Relatable. And our next episode
It's a good one.
of Relate and Relatable is actually, you remember how I did like my Mother's Day thing, like with my friends? Makin decided to copy me and do the same thing with two of his closest friends.
Yep. I had my boys Rick and CJ on. If you listen to it, well, you haven't listened to it yet because we have to edit it significantly.
There are parts that need to be.
But not even for the sake of editing like the stuff, but because Rick lives in Seattle, CJ came here. We had to combine a lot of audio files, a little bit of mess, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. We had to stop because Rick decided that
he thought the audio was going to turn off, and he's like, okay, we need to stop, and that just fucked everything up.
We just have like a million files that we have to just sift through. But the next Relate and Relatable is it's funny. Mm-hmm. It's
two of my oldest, closest friends just trying to shoot the shit with two guys that have never been on a podcast before.
It's basically like you're sitting in listening to three people who are reminiscing about life.
Yeah, like old friendships, things that we used to, the stupid shit we did.
Did you talk about kids at all?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, you did. See,
not as much as probably you and Katie did, but
in Montana.
Yeah.
I was actually outside for a majority of it.
Yeah.
But I'm
it was like the no girl. It was like Little Rascals, He-Man woman haters.
Yeah. We were outside. But I was here for the audio portion to set them up. But it's gonna be the next one, and
so if you haven't subscribed, that's definitely an incentive because it'll be good.
Yeah, I need a good picture of CJ and Rick too to put on our.
That'd be a good one. Rick, you know what picture I could use?
So in our with his sweatshirt.
No.
Oh, don't say it.
No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm just making.
Can we do his Sexiest Man Alive of 2005?
We'll let people think that, and I'll just let him think it's another one. Yeah,
did you see Rick holding a baby today?
Beads. Oh yes, I did.
You guys, that's going to be the picture. I will blur the baby. It's just
blur the baby.
Blur the baby. Or blur the baby. No, I'm going to ask permission. We'll ask Jason if we can use that.
He's down. He's fine.
I think we're gonna have to use that photo for Rick. Mm-hmm. But with our big discussion about everything moving forward and all the stuff that we want to do for the podcast. We are going to take a 1 week off, a week or two. We're going to take
a little fucking vacay here.
We're going to take a little break.
Couple weeks, 10 days, 12 days.
Yeah,
month, who knows?
There will still be real late and relatable. Oh my God.
Real late and relatable.
The champagne's getting to me. There will be more real late and relatable episodes, but our video.
Yeah, we're not going to
take a little time off. Oh, okay. We're going to take some time off to prepare for season 5.
Fucking season 5. Let's go.
Season 5. We're a whole hand now.
How many people you know who have who've completed 4 seasons of podcasts?
Joe Rogan.
How many people do you know?
Joe Rogan.
You've never even listened to
Do you know what somebody told me? No, I haven't. Someone told me today, they're like, it took Joe Rogan 10 years to get his podcast. And I'm like off the ground.
So I
was
got to do this shit for 10 years?
Like, I got to work for this guy for 10 years? Got to work for this guy for 10 years?
He doesn't even pay me. He expects things in return. He wants me to be on time. He wants ideas. He needs me to approve merch. I didn't sign up for this.
Do you guys like the merch? This is it. This is thank you for listening. You know how we close our podcast?
Yeah.
And this is it says Making It with the Mackins.
Try to keep it simple, but it says it on the back. It says turn around.
It says thank you. It says this. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Get a hoodie, get you a sweatshirt.
Yeah, that's just very simple, but you know, something new. If your t-shirt's kind of like, you know, gray from drying it or.
Yeah, haven't done merch in a while, so I figured we were due.
Yeah, Makin likes that creative outlet of making his own clothes.
No, I just like making $20, $50 here and there.
Yeah, if we do that.
I'm not creative.
Yeah, you are.
All I did was put text on a hat.
Yeah, but you had a bunch of ideas about it.
Yeah.
Actually, this was my idea.
The sad part is I did have like 30 different designs, and you're like, nope,
Nope.
nope,
This
nope,
does not-
Nope.
Well-
What are you doing?
No, I
Nope,
did not say
nope,
that. I
nope.
didn't-
Do this one and put the same thing on 4 items and call it a day.
First of all, I said there are way too many options. We need to stick with just like classic making it with the Mackins. And then we were doing like monogram MWM, and I'm like, that doesn't fit our brand.
Yeah.
We're like, you know, I said, what if we just put like thank you for listening? And today I was at Smith's and some guy that worked there just started laughing when he saw that. That's funny. Because your kids aren't listening. That's so funny.
I never thought of
Yeah.
the irony there.
Yeah, the irony. Thank you for listening.
That's funny.
I mean, it really is a great, I mean, it says a lot without saying a lot. The only problem is it doesn't say making it with the Mackins anywhere on there, but you could say,
Yeah.
oh, this is from
Yeah.
my favorite
conversation
podcast.
starter.
Yeah. I mean, I was dying when he was laughing at it. He's like, oh, that's funny. Thank you for listening, and your kids are not listening. That's so funny.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm trying.
Yes.
Give me my coffee.
So, really quick, going back to the relatable / merch. So, we're going to give some of this new shit away.
Yes.
So, we have, I think it's roughly 50 subscribers who currently pay us right now, which, God bless you all.
Stop saying that. There are 50 subscribers
Yeah.
who subscribe.
Yes. How did I say that
I'm
differently?
just saying, like, you pay us. It just sounds so.
I'm shocked that people are paying us every month in and month out, just to listen to us bitch at each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool.
So I break it down to layman's
guys-
terms. Like, thank you guys so much.
Really.
We're gonna pick one of you guys at random, send you some merch, but also we're gonna start being a little bit more transparent with like the growth stuff.
Wait, so we're doing a giveaway
Yeah.
for all the people who subscribe to Relate and Relatable.
Yeah. So yes, that's what I'm
okay.
getting at.
Wow.
Is this the
That's
first time you're hearing
amazing.
this?
No.
I've told
I'm
you
just
I've told you
trying to make
several
it more
times.
exciting
Oh,
for
you're
the
selling
people
it.
listening.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're selling it. I guess.
You're going to get a new piece of merch. Not
And a
only
new
do you have
card.
a hat and a t-shirt, there are many
Yeah,
options for
fill
you.
out our online form. You get to enter the
No,
winning
that's
new
not
card.
true.
No, I'm gonna pick a number at random, and I'm gonna send
Find
you
your
guys
email.
some merch. Yep.
You get it.
But also we'll for the next 50 because we're gonna try and get to 100 here in the next little bit.
Okay, wait. Be
Because
very
100th
clear.
episode, depending on when I checked earlier, I think we're at like 48 or 49.
Okay.
So we'll just round it to 50. That's the first 50.
Yep.
The next round of 50, we need 50 new subscribers.
Okay, so we want to get 50 more people to listen to Relate and Relatable.
Yes. And we're going to send we'll say 2, 3, I don't know, 5. What do you want to do? Two items of merch to.
We can't.
Of the next 50, we'll send 2 giveaways.
So our goal is to get 50 more people to subscribe and listen to Relate and Relatable.
Correct.
Tell your
Tall
friends.
task.
Tell your friends.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, I mean, if you share, cool. But our goal, I mean, really, we want to grow the Relate and Relatable because that really is, you know, it's
What your
Starbucks money.
No, that's not what I was gonna say. It was like
That is my
that's
chump
your home.
change.
That's like your comfort spot.
It's my favorite thing to do, honestly.
Yeah,
I
and
love this,
And it's not to say like there's nothing we don't say
We're
on here.
yelling.
It's just like there's a few things that you keep it a little bit closer to the chest, and me too, knowing that the whole world isn't listening and that
Yeah.
a select few are.
And what's cool is as we're transitioning to this new format of like having a guest on, a lot more people are more willing to come on to our podcast, knowing that they're not going to be on camera. So you're going to get
Yes.
some really funny guests. Like we
yeah.
have friends that are great, funny.
Real ones
Yeah.
are coming on the Relate Relatable.
Yes, like real
Very
good
different
people.
perspectives. Like if you listen to the Katie in Montana or the Aaron episode, they're obviously in our very close circle.
Yes.
We're gonna expand our circle even a little bit more.
Yes.
More real ones on talking real shit.
Yes, and it'll be fun. It'll be funny, and it will be worth it, honestly,
100%.
because you'll still get us by ourselves, but you're also going to get people who we love, who we know are going to only like make you laugh harder and
who have very
share,
unique and different perspectives
yeah.
on life and who've been through crazy things. And
I'm trying to get Jackie, our therapist, to come on, but I don't think she'll come to our house.
Oh no, not I don't know if we talked about that, but she's like, yeah, if you want to come and record one, I think that's one thing we'll do here soon too. Like,
should we ask? Do you think we could get her to come here, like come to our house?
I think that breaks some laws. Maybe we could ask her, but I think that we talked about is recording one of our therapy sessions.
I mean, but that's boring. Like, who wants to hear how horrible I am all the time? They could just watch this and see.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, whatever. We're going to we are. I'm not reluctant. It's just, it's change, and change is not easy for me.
Yeah. But that's the easy part. The hard part that you're reluctant to is we're going to have more video guests. That we're gonna
Mackin's idea
move slowly in.
Yeah. Mackin's idea is to invite other couples on who
aren't in our inner circle,
yeah.
people who we know of or know sort of adjacently or have friends of friends, but also have like unique takes on life. Or
yeah.
they're people that you might know, but we're not close with.
Yeah. Who can like share their lives and maybe just be vulnerable with us in a conversation and just get more, because, I talk over Mackin the whole time. I got to have somebody else.
Yeah, I need more people to talk over me.
No, you just need just other people, couples. We're trying to grow, and this is what we were talking about earlier, and this is what's causing me anxiety. But we're going to be great. It's going to be great.
More so than growth, my intention there is because we're no different from anyone else. Mm-hmm. Whether you're this big celebrity or just this person who has this really cool business that we want to talk about. Those people have very similar but different experiences than us. Let's create a space where we can have those open and conversations with just friends with drinks kind of thing.
So it's almost like you're a fly on the wall, or you're just sitting at the table with us while we're talking to them.
That's the intention.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works. That's the idea. But if not, we hope you stick around.
If not,
you
can tell us.
Yeah.
If it sucks, we won't do it again. So that's fine.
She'll probably be happy if it sucks.
Yeah. Be like, we'll just go back to the microphones.
She might fucking just sabotage the first step. Nope, it sucked. I was a bitch. We're not doing it anymore.
Honestly, I won't be a bitch to when people are around. That's my problem. I'm going to wonder how honest I'm going to be.
But that's the other part, because we cook for Aaron when we come over. But now I'm let's make it a fun thing. It's kind of like a dinner party.
Yeah,
Mackins come over, we have drinks, we talk, we shoot it, and then you make a big meal afterwards.
Yeah. Megan's let's just cook for them and have a big dinner after. I'm like,
you do that anyways. You just now got to up it from 3 people to 5.
But Aaron,
cozy.
You and Aaron are just I don't feel intimidated by it. What if I make something and they're like, oh, by the way, what if I fuck it up? It's like the cacio e pepe or whatever. I'm not even Italian. I shouldn't even say that. Way too much pepper when Uncle Tony and Aunt Gina came over. I ruined it.
Shit happens. That's part of the humility.
Anxiety, and then they're coming into our house, which is literally our children's house. It's not even our house.
It requires more planning, more logistics, 100%, yes.
You know what? I believe that I have faith, and I believe for us that God will provide a studio for us one point in our home one day. And then I won't be so embarrassed. I'm like, hey, come sit at our kitchen table with these cool microphones.
Yeah.
But, regardless, this is where we're going. This is where we're headed. And hopefully it's interesting and fun, and you guys just stick along for the ride. But we're still going to be us because, honestly, I don't know how to be anything else. I'm trying to be Mackin, but it's not working.
No, you're not trying to be Mackin. One last special thing, when the street lights turn on.
Oh, that's right.
Okay?
Mackin's doing his own little...
No, not my own little thing. So, obviously, we've talked about Aaron a million times. Aaron and I, we always sit back after we do the podcast. We talk about the old days of when we were kids, or just how times are so different today versus when we were kids growing up. We have a new podcast coming out. It's going to be called When the Streetlights Turn On. It's myself, Aaron, and Aaron's brother-in-law, and my good friend, Brandon Wooden, Montana, who we've talked about many times. Her husband, who he snuck into one of the episodes, if you remember that. And we're just going to talk about all the shit that we grew up with kids and how the difference is compared to today. When we just left our house Saturday morning at 10 o'clock and we did God knows what for hours, and our parents had no idea what we were doing.
It's very nostalgic.
Nostalgia is a good word.
I listened, and that's the thing. It's almost heartwarming to listen to them talk, because I did listen to one of the episodes that they piloted. They were practicing, but it is really just like, wow, I forgot that. Oh my God, that's so fun. Like, and just the dynamic, like Makin is still, but the cool thing.
I'm still like I'm kind of like the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like they're the ones kind of like bringing the
No,
takes.
you and Brandon are talking. We got to get Aaron's.
Yeah, Aaron's great.
Aaron's great. And Aaron has one-liners that you just don't hear or you do hear, but you know, whatever. It's just really, it's fun. It's nostalgic. It's hilarious. I think
they're pretty funny.
The episode that they recorded, I was dying laughing. But yeah, I think it's really great that you're doing something like that to have that outlet for you. And I can't wait till you create merch and start inviting people on that podcast.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's going to be a great, I could just see it like the old fashioned light.
Oh, you're being serious?
Yeah, I could see it.
Oh.
Remember the ones that
I'm thinking from the perspective you're going to be bitching at me for like, oh, now you got it. Who's on your podcast?
No.
Who is she?
No, you won't
Why you have a girl on there?
No, I won't do that. I won't do that. But you remember the old lights the street lights that are just like curved? I could just see it, and then just
Aaron's
like
already got it. Relax.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, he's already. Everything's was all the accounts. Everything's ready to go. I needed to publicly say it so that we can actually post it. No, I'm
seeing your logo.
Yeah, logo.
Like I made
account handles everything. We got.
I made this, by the way. By hand, each letter.
You know what's? Did we ever talk about that?
No.
When we recorded our first episode, we just literally plugged the mics in, recorded it, and then you made this little logo.
Yeah.
Within 5 or 10 minutes, and then we posted the episode immediately.
Well, and the funny thing is Makin had run this. This really should have been at the beginning of our episode, but we do you still have the list of ideas for names of our podcast?
Ooh, I don't know about that. Keep talking.
Makin had a list of like, hey, these are ideas that we had, like I have for like, you know, the name of our podcast. And one show we always watch was Keeping Up with the Kardashians. He doesn't watch it anymore, but then we watched it together during the pandemic. That's like, and while we were dating, we watched it a lot. Do you have it?
I don't think so.
But he had a bunch of whatever. Titles for our podcast, and Making It with the Mackins was like the one that stuck with me the most. And if you notice, the text is the same as Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I tried to make it, look like that. No,
I don't have it.
But I think it's cute.
Story,
but it's cute. It's like how we started.
Yep.
But of course, this no episode would ever be complete until you.
It's a nice and long one too.
Until you do your rankings.
Can you bring me an old little jingle just for the sake of it?
Da-na-na, da-na-na, Child of the Week rankings.
Number 4, not even close this week. It's Dom. Dom's been a lot of the things that I shouldn't be saying right now.
Yeah, like what you said earlier when he was crying because he was worried about his brother. I'm sorry.
Because he's been bugging me,
you guys, you need to get on this. Wonderful.
On like you've never done wine before.
Champagne. I mean, like I don't feel drunk. I just feel like we're like cruising PC.
Just riding up
Pacific Coast Highway.
PCH, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
what I was
Hopefully
say.
not while we're drinking, but
no, but I feel that's how ocean waves. I feel all that like.
Feel the waves.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
That's just the waves.
So Dom's number 4, and that's very sad. But
yeah, so last episode we talked about how we're done with his phone. He did really great for a week and a half, 2 weeks. We gave it back for a couple days, and then we were complimenting him along the way. We're like, okay, yeah, you earned it back. And then he lost it again, and he was completely rude in a lot of different ways, not only with us, but with Viv, with his behavior with the boys. He just lost it on a lot of different levels.
But
Go ahead.
Emphasis on the fact that when he had a few days like where he was just like, wow, buddy, you're really trying. You're doing a great job. Like, thanks for like acknowledging, but also like
trying to praise for the good things.
I was getting a lot of advice throughout all this because obviously we're an open book and we talk about a lot. And I love getting advice from other moms and people. And I love sometimes you just have to start at like the bottom. Like you have to be reset everything and I love the idea, well, not the idea, the concept of I never really wanted to do this, but I do. It's true. Like none of this stuff in this house really is like, they've never paid for any of it.
Yeah.
Except for Dom's shoes that he just purchased for himself. But besides that, but still,
Everything
it's
is
like
mine. I own this all.
Yeah.
If you want this phone, this is my phone.
Which I always like. I not that I hated that as a kid, but I always wanted to be. This is our house. This is our thing. But
yeah, you were also the mom who wouldn't say no to her toddler son.
Yeah, that's true. But there is some value in the fact that they need to. Your children, I feel, should acknowledge that, like, I am providing for you. I am providing for you. Like, all these things you have is because Daddy is working really hard and Mommy is just home.
Working really hard
and making dinner and heating up lunch. But we're working really hard, and these are things that we are providing for you. It's not like you deserve, like, you just get them.
Yeah, you're not owed any of these things.
Yeah.
These are all gifts that can be taken away at any moment.
But,
so when you're not deserving of them, they're not yours until we say they're.
Yeah, and it's really hard because, like I said, I'm very against, like, taking stuff away, but, like,
I'm not.
The talking.
Specifically, I'll even be really mean.
Don't.
No, I'm not going to be mean. I'm being, like, sarcastic here. Just his voice, like the prepubescent octave of his voice, makes me cringe sometimes. Even when he's, like, playing and he does the entrances with the boys for, like, the Golden Knights entrance, it hits a certain octave that just makes me, like, squirm a little bit.
But, again, Jackie has said this before. Typically, the dad has a really hard time bonding with the son, and the mom has a hard time bonding with the daughter.
Yeah, because you see yourself in them. I would never do that.
Whatever it is, but
it's just like this weird transition place where he's not a teenager, but thinks like one, and he's like, he has that aggression like one, but it still comes out like a 10-year-old.
By the way, pubescent. What did you just say?
Prepubescent.
That he decided to tell me that he has some hair on the top of his.
No.
Not on this part, but like.
When did this happen?
The hood. He told me this the other day, and I have yet to look at it.
What are you doing?
I can't wait to go through the puberty. I'm like, what?
What the? I was early too.
He's like, he got 5 hairs.
I hit puberty the summer after 3rd grade. That was early.
Yeah, that is early.
And he's after 4th, so that's early too.
Well, I don't know. I think he's like
Should we be talking? This is really relatable topics.
No, but it's true. He's like, I got like 5 hairs on my tummy. Right. I'm like, cool, buddy. He said
on his tummy?
Well, like
the lower.
If there's like a thing.
I get what you're saying. All right, whatever.
You know, not beneath it.
We get
it. Not the.
Yes.
It's not the.
Speaking of what happens in the shower, one day he came out of the shower, and this is more just so like a general. I don't know if this is our kids. Our kids don't dry off after they get out of the shower. They like put a towel on their face and then they walk around the house naked and drip water.
That is really ridiculous because I've always wrapped them in towels and.
Not the boys. I'm talking about Dom and Viv.
Vivian has very thick hair.
Yes.
So it absorbs a lot, and then
so she tries, but still fucking soaks the
drips,
upstairs.
Yeah.
And Dom, he gets out of the shower and just stands there and kind of like looks around.
Like he likes to look at his. What are these called?
His traps.
He likes to look at his traps.
Looks at his traps.
Yeah.
And like brushes his teeth and fucks with his new like mullet hockey
and
flow.
And then he like puts a little bit of lotion like here. Yeah. And then he like goes on with his life.
No, and then he looks around. Oh, I forgot underwear. And then he prances to get underwear and drips water everywhere. But the one bad thing that he did with the towel, and this I do not feel bad about, he fucking towel snapped Dean.
Oh, yeah.
Like one of these. And I don't even know where he learned that.
My brother 100%.
And he didn't know the repercussions that were going to come from that he was going to actually hurt him. But he fucking hurt him.
I 1,000% blame. My brother does that to kill flies. My brother does that to like scare me as a child. And he learned that from my brother. 1,000%.
We can blame your brother for that one then.
Yeah, I will. I will blame Frankie. Which we should probably have my brother on again at some point.
Oh, yeah, again, yeah. Yeah, we could bring him back.
He's grown a lot since our 3rd episode.
Mm-hmm. And the one good nod I'll give him is he's been doing like these 14 and under like hockey skills clinics.
Yeah.
And it's made him like realize one, not that he's killing it because he's not, because he's playing with kids who are like almost grown men. Like some of them are in high school or going into high school.
You saying he's not killing it?
No, I'm saying it's humbled him a little bit. He's like, oh, these guys are a lot better than me. I'm not this superstar that I think I am. These guys can like give me a little bump and he'll go flying kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he's like, I was already talking about like lifting a little bit and working out and getting stronger and faster. But he's like, okay, I need to take these things seriously if I want to be good. So that's a little bit of a nod.
And, you know, Dominic is when it comes down to it, after all of the, like, you know, bullshit, he finally comes down and is like, you know, like Vivian tonight before we did this, she looked at me and she goes, Mommy, I really hate that Dominic calls you mom and dad. I don't like it. I don't like that he calls you mom and dad.
She wants mommy and daddy?
And I'm like, what? Yeah, she's like, I think he should call you mommy and daddy. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, but
Such
why?
A thing to
I'm
say.
like, why does that bother you? Why does that bother you? And she's like, I don't know. And she just starts sobbing.
I love it for that.
It's like, she just starts sobbing.
I don't love her for that.
I'm like, okay. So obviously this is very deep rooted. She's like, I just feel like, I'm like, is it because, you know, because she has mentioned she wanted to be a baby, like I'm like, is it because it seems like he's older? She's like, I just feel like his friends are teaching him things and he's just carrying it over to our house. And I just don't think. She's not wrong. I know. She's like, I just don't think that he should be calling you mom and dad. I think you should be mommy and daddy. And I was like, okay, that. I know. I'm like, I know, baby. I understand. Like,
but at the same time, like, Viv, we've been through hell and back in the last 2 days.
But really what it comes down to is he's just,
this was right before?
When I was braiding her hair. And I pulled it and she cried because I brushed it too hard. But she was like, I thought I was like hurting her, but she just like, I just think, I'm like, do you think it's disrespectful? No, I just think that a lot of the things that his friends are teaching him are being taken out on me. And I'm like, and I'm like, I understand, baby. You're probably right. Like he is, you know, learning things and he does things to you. And I understand, like, whatever. But she was very upset. What is that? We got
this fly. Nope.
Didn't get it.
Number 3 is Leo, mainly for his math. So he was trying to teach Dean a thing or two, our number 1 mathematician, about the difference between 1 + 1 and 1 and 1. So in toddler speak, this is not 1 + 1. This is 11.
Okay.
And
Leo said that?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
But Dean was trying to say, this is how they communicate to each other. In toddler speak, this is not 1 + 1. This is, I'm showing that I have, you know, trying to make an 11.
Okay, yes.
And Dean's like, yeah, that's 11, bro. And Leo's like, no, it's 1 + 1. And then Dean's like, okay, then what's 11? And Leo goes,
1 and 1.
Yeah. So.
But they're both correct. Honestly, if you think about it.
Either are correct, but.
It's 1 and a 1.
He got sick. Illness always hurts your rankings. Thankfully, it wasn't serious, and it was just some weird 6-hour fluke thing.
Yeah.
Where he wasn't feeling good.
I honestly think it was all the desserts he had.
Yeah, that could have been it too. But a couple good things is.
A couple good things is, hold on.
Whenever we pick up the big kids from like a play date, or if like Dom goes to Frankie's house, or Viv goes to dance, if Leo's in the car and we pick them up, he goes, "Hey Dom, how was it?" He always asks like, "How was it? How was school? How was it? How was Zach?"
And he genuinely means it.
Yeah.
So today I was on the phone with my dad, and my dad always rushes me off the phone. It's the most aggravating thing in the whole world.
Yeah, I wonder what that's
He's like, I'll call. I don't rush you off the phone.
No, you just rush to hear what you want to hear, and then if there's, God forbid, there's something I need to say, you don't have time for it.
So I was talking to my dad, and he was rushing me off the phone, and he hung up. I'm like, that's so annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And Leo goes, Mommy, that's not annoying. He goes, that's not nice for Papa. He just had to go. And I was like, you know what, Leo, you're right. You're right, Leo. I'm just being a bitch and I'm in a bad mood. So I said Papa was annoying. But he acknowledged that, like, he just said he had to go, but I felt offended by that.
He's got good people skills.
Buddy, I wish you could have spent time with me today. today,
That's
he was just so
yeah,
aware.
he talks to everybody. He's like a fucking
Not even talks to everybody.
He's like a labradoodle just walking around everywhere.
Not even just that, but he's just so like aware. It's amazing how he just like he called me out twice. He was like the fact that I was annoyed with my dad. He's like, "That's not annoying, mommy. Papa just had to go. What's annoying?" Mm-hmm. He's very aware, and it was endearing that he knows that and pays attention to that.
Absolutely. Even like Emily brought her dog over yesterday.
Yes.
He was so cute with Gilbert.
So cute before he puked all over.
You would have thought that Gilbert was his dog and
Yeah.
they were best friends and they've lived together for 10 years.
He wanted to print out a picture of Gilbert and color him in. Have a Gilbert birthday party.
He was a little upset when he realized that there weren't Gilbert coloring pages available on Google Images, but so number 2 is Dean. Dean, he's had a couple of rough spots, but they weren't too bad. So I'll start with the good in this instance. We took them rollerblading for the first time, Dean and Leo. Mm-hmm. Leo struggled a little bit. Dean, you would have thought he's been rollerblading his entire life.
Blown away by this kid.
He put them on for the first time, and he was skating around, hockey stopping a little bit.
Yeah.
Lifted the puck like Dom just started lifting the puck like a year ago. And it's I'm being a little bit technical here, but like you need momentum, you need the right like hand, like wrist strength, for lack of a better term. Dean did that the first fucking day, and I was like, "What is going on?"
And he doesn't. And that's the thing about Dean is when he wants to do something, he will do it till it's like amazing.
Yeah.
Like Legos. Well, skating, I feel like he doesn't really care that much about.
I think it's just one of those things that came natural to him.
Yeah. But I think he put so much.
We literally put the skates on and he just went.
I think if we gave him a
rollerblading. I don't know if I said that.
You meant rollerblading. I think if we gave him a stick and a puck on the ice, he'd probably be better.
Yeah, because I mean that's why they also in the learn to skate they don't give the kid stick because they use it as a crutch.
Yeah, but I just feel like he would be more interested in it because the roller hockey, the roller stuff you were doing.
Yeah, it's more fun.
Yeah. Okay, what else about
So Dean? That was the good thing, but the negative thing after that is Leo did not take to rollerblading as easily. He was struggling. He kept falling. And I'm going to try and read his quote a little bit. And let's see here. He goes, "Leo, you always mad after you're playing roller hockey for the first time." And then he goes, "You mad because I won the face-off and stick handled around you and score of you and you fell. Is that why you're crying? And then you wanted to be goalie and you're not giving up. Is that why you're crying?"
Oh, Leo. Dean, you messed that up.
I know. I'm trying to read my translation
of what
because Dean was saying at the park.
But yes, I think people will decipher what you meant.
Yeah, I think I got the gist of it.
He literally just he talks down to Leo all the time.
It's like, why are you crying? Is it because I scored on you?
Yeah, is it because it's because when we did the what is it? What's when you drop the puck?
Face off.
When we did the face off, I went around you and scored. I'm just telling him. I'm just telling you what happened.
Is that why you're crying?
No, he's crying because he keeps falling and hurting himself, Dean. And you have the knee pads on, and he only has one knee pad.
Yeah, that was my fuck up. We left one shin pad at home, so Leo's not only is he falling every 2 steps,
and it's 109. Okay, number 1 is your favorite person in the whole world.
Viv is just adorable lately. So I don't know. To me, this is a negative, and I'll let you speak to a little bit. But Queen V with her nails lately.
Oh, the nail saga. That was wonderful.
They're
disgusting.
That. Oh, just.
Well, she didn't understand why I kept laughing at her.
Unsanitary and disgusting, and I'll speak to that one negative piece here first. Like, yes, she had these long orange Cardi B nails.
Yeah.
And for some reason, she thought it would be a good idea. Today's the day I want to try animal-style fries at In-N-Out Burger. And not use the fork that I made it very intentional to give her. No fork. And
How do you use a fork?
I gave her the fork, and then I was like setting the boys up with their food, and she's just like eating the food with her fingers. And even pre-nails, she eats with her fingers in her mouth.
Yeah, she doesn't really realize she does it, but I think that's why she's always sick, because she always touches her lips.
There's probably some truth to that.
But the Nail Chronicles, the reason she even got those nails is because Nana, Dominique's mom, my sister-in-law, picked them up and said, "I'm going to take them to Claire's." She gave them each $20 and was like, "You can get what you want." And she bought them. And then Nana let them glue them on. And Vivian glued them on. Yep. And then at one point, one fell off. And I was like, oh, thank God. Like, thank God we're going to, like, get rid of these. And she's like, Oh, I have a whole bag. I can just re-glue another one. I'm like, oh, great.
Nope.
So excited. But yeah, they all started to peel off, so she took them off. And
They're gross.
they had guacamole underneath them, so.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
What else? Why is she number one?
This is actually another knock, but it was a little one. While Leo was
this does
sick,
not sound number one-ish.
I know, and I'll get to the nicer things. While Leo was sick, this was you were cleaning up the vomit downstairs, and I was bathing him upstairs, and I'm bathing and I'm getting like his shirt off and shit. And she walks into the bathroom. She goes, "Daddy, do you think if like I do more chores, you can buy me this new thing on Roblox?" And I'm like, "Vivian, first of all, the answer is no."
While you're...
And the second thing I said, I don't remember, but it was definitely very mean. Like,
She doesn't...
get the fuck out of here. How could you even think to ask me that right now?
While I'm bathing your brother
Yeah,
that's sitting in his own vomit.
Yeah, like, are you like
But she's very aware, but she's also not. It's
Yeah.
really strange.
the very aware things today? So today we were fighting a lot, and
We had a discussion for 2 hours.
it went through quiet time and extended beyond the boys' quiet time.
Yeah.
So we're fighting down here. They just kind of stayed upstairs, and Dom and Viv were just playing with them.
Yeah.
But Leo shit, and Viv, like we found out later, wiped his ass for him.
She taught him how to wipe his butt.
Yeah.
Even though I've taught him, she did it. She took the initiative to do it.
Which
And she's
I
like,
don't know
that was disgusting, but she did it.
But what I loved about it is she didn't talk about it. We didn't
Yeah.
realize that till we were bathing Leo tonight, and he brought it up.
Yeah.
So that was very nice of her. I also feel bad for her because she's gotten gotten a lot of slack from Dom lately, and she's been on the receiving end of a lot of like shit talking and
Yeah.
just like, babe, no, like come on, like, and him being rude.
Just like
And picked
talking
on
over her.
and
Yeah.
annoyed.
She felt the weight of that, especially when, like I said, we were talking upstairs and she had that meltdown. She just feels very like
Yeah.
weighed down by her
Right.
big brother being a big brother, you know?
So it's less about like the amazing things that she's done and gone above and
Sorry.
beyond, and more about like the heat that she's taken and how she's handled it. And I feel bad for her because she's been definitely putting her best foot forth.
She is trying. I think she requested another family meeting too, so.
Oh, I'm sure we'll have one tomorrow.
So, is that it?
That's it.
And for our 100th episode,
Thank you all so much for listening.
cheers.
I had my last sip already.
Well, you can
I
have
got a
mine.
drink.
Oh, you do?
Enough. Bang.